Hello and welcome back to the Atmospheric Cafeteria. Sorry I've been gone a few days. Excuse me. The energy after a certain TikTok event was too much for me to actually put any readings up. My energy readers, my psychics, my mediums, y'all all know, and I'm sure that a lot of people have felt that too. It was a lot of energy that just was pinging around, and so I haven't been able to do anything until right now. So, for my YouTube family, this of course will be longer than a short, so I will attach it to the short that it is. So if you're resonating with it in any way, just, click on to the longer version and skip forward where you need to. And if anybody would like to delve deeper into any of what I'm saying, please feel free to look up my Etsy and get your very own reading. Okay, so the first reading I did was a warning, and that one's already out, and it has the same exact cards. There were 2 readings to this reading, okay? The second reading is the following. You are someone, I don't know if you necessarily gave up on love, if you gave up on relationships, but you definitely pulled back. You pulled back because you had some people that weren't necessarily great in your life, and you have pulled back. But it's time for you to emerge again because you have grown stronger. You have grown more into yourself. And there is a person coming in for you, whether you're male or female. It doesn't matter. I get a very gender neutral on this, so it's a real 50-50. But you do have somebody coming in. You do have somebody that has seen you, and they're planning on coming in to say hello. They're planning on bringing you some flowers, and these actually look like sunflowers to me. And the sun, of course, is a card of happiness, and it has a lot of sunflowers in it, okay? I'm also noticing these mushrooms in the background, so maybe y'all have something in common there. Or maybe you just in general like mushrooms. Maybe you like mushroom pizza. Who's to say? Maybe you just like a good steak sub with mushrooms, right? But the mushrooms and the sunflowers are really, really sticking out to me right now. So this is somebody who's coming in, and they're actually coming in for good, and they're planning. They're planning on making this approach. They're timid. They're kind of nervous. They're a little different than you are, but they're planning. And they know that you haven't had anybody in a long time. They know that you've been kind of distant. They understand. They may not know or understand the hurt that you've had in the past, but they do see that you are kind of a lone wolf. And they are coming in to ask you out. And the one thing that you have to understand is this person is not going to take away your defenses. They're not going to take you away from your family. They're not going to play tricks. They're not going to play games. They might like to kid around, but they don't like to joke. Now, the star in this, the pentagram in this, is coming forward. So this might be, if you are somebody who is magical, it might be somebody, a fellow magician. Oh, that's interesting because the magician is out over there. This may be another magic worker. I'm asking actually the question of, is this somebody that's put a spell on somebody to find love, to draw you towards them? And it's not. This is somebody who has put a spell on themselves to make themselves better, to draw in love for themselves. Not to draw you towards them. Like, okay, so when you do a love spell, you don't do, like, if you've ever read okay, get down. I love you, but get down. Thank you. If you've ever read the book Practical Magic, they talk about the woman who comes to the parlor who wants this love spell because this is the only person for her. In the book, they go a lot more into that, and it's actually very interesting. And the book is completely the book is written by a witch. So the book is completely and totally correct that if you do a love spell on somebody and you force them to come to you, it will end in disaster. So the best thing that you can do is, you're not putting a love spell on somebody else. You're putting a love spell out there. You're putting a love spell on yourself so that you can become the person that you need to be to draw in the person that is going to love you. And that person is going to come in willingly. They're going to come in because they want to. They're going to fly to you with their sword and their castle. They're going to fly to you with their sword and their castle. They're going to come to you because they choose to, and you're going to like each other because you've both worked on each other, because you have to be at a certain point on your path for this person to actually walk down your path and meet you. And that is exactly what has happened. You have learned to be happy alone. They have learned how to be happy alone, and you're both now at a point where you're desiring someone new to come into your life, because even though you're very, very happy on your own sofa watching Spider Noir by yourself, you would really, really love to share the excitement of knowing, of being able to talk to somebody about how they kept Nicolas Cage as Spider Noir rather than making it a young version, and how he was amazing for the movie through the Spider-Verse, and now he's in his own show, and you'll have that person to delight and talk with that. Okay, this person is going to make you feel beautiful. You're going to make them feel beautiful. It's going to be a redemption arc in your relationship. I am actually seeing this as a relationship that will last the test of time, a love to lay down and stand still for, I'm being told. And this is a Six of Cups. This is a past life. For some of you, it will be a past life love, but for a lot of you, it will be the love that you're supposed to have in this lifetime. This person that fills you with emotion, and this is the person that is supposed to come forward to complete you. This is the person that is going to bring all of this back into your life. They're going to make you remember your magic. They're going to make you remember your Empress, and they're going to make your wishes come true. All of this together. They're going to not set this in motion, but they are going to make sure that you always thrive here. And you're going to do the same for them. You're always going to make sure that they're thriving here. They're going to make sure that this is part of you, and you're going to make sure that this is part of them. It's 100, 100, because that's what every relationship is. Every relationship is you put 100% of yourself in, they put 100% of themselves in, because if you don't do that, that's not an equal relationship, because your relationship canister has its own canister. Think the Monsters Inc. canisters where they collect the screams, okay, or the laughter, whichever way you want. You have to put you have a canister, your person has a canister, your relationship has a canister. You have to put 100% of yourself into that canister. The other person has to put 100% of themselves in that canister, and that creates 100% in the relationship canister. And for every single person out of there saying, I don't need to put 100% of myself in, I just need to put 50% of yourself in, don't get in a relationship. Nobody wants 50% of a cookie unless you're sharing it with the other person. If you think you only have to put 50% of yourself in a relationship, don't be in a relationship. So anyway, this person is going to make sure that you don't doubt their sincerity. They're not going to love bomb you. They're not going to treat you awful. They're just going to make sure that you are always yourself, because this is who you are. You're a magician, you're the Empress, and you are this beautiful lady, whether you're male or female, because this is 50-50 centric. I'm feeling this is equal. There's another word I'm looking for, and I can't quite get it. They're going to make sure that you are always who you want to be, rather than who they want you to be. And you're always going to make sure that they are who they want to be and not what you want them to be. And when you come together, you're going to be who the two of you need to be together. And that's going to be this couple right here, okay? So that is your message. And now I'm going to go take the dog for a walk, because, he would really, really, El Papino over there would like a walk. So anyway, be good, behave, be happy, be yourself. And don't forget that I love you. And yeah, relationships are 100 and 100, not 50-50. And the short explanation of that is, when you put 100% of yourself into a relationship and the other person puts 100% of themselves in the relationship, when something big happens, that means there's always backup. If you're only putting 50% of yourself in, and they're only putting 50% of themselves in, there's never 100% in that relationship canister, which means that when something big happens, like somebody gets cancer, or somebody passes away, somebody's parent passes away, that means there's never any backup and that person doesn't have a problem leaving. So anyway, be good, behave, be happy, and always be yourself. And I love you.